Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, August 22, 2022. You can experience restlessness or a temporary dip in motivation today. If you're receiving confusing signals from a significant person, it may have to do with uncertainties rather than full-on problems. With today's Sun-Neptune aspect, it can be all too easy to glamorize a situation or person. Someone's behavior can be hard to understand. Procrastination is possible now. Try to take a break or slow yourself down to get your bearings. Pluto begins its yearly retrograde cycle today, and problem areas can magnify with the shift, likely related to work, routines, health, family, and home. As you grow accustomed to this energy, you're in a brilliant position to review and reassess these matters as you gain perspective. Also today, Mercury moves into your solar 11th house, and thoughts and communications can increase with or about friends during this cycle. Your thinking is progressive, and your ideas are more well received than usual. Single, crushing, or already smitten in love, the cosmos is urging you to keep your eyes on the prize. Moreover, before the moon wraps up in Taurus and your exotic house of adventure, expansion, and unknown territory, Mercury will return to its home sign, which will, in turn, bring momentum and clarity to your socially driven of community affairs, individual freedom, and sense of belonging in the world. You're inspired and admired, but the real question is, are you ready to take the leap? Pluto will also station retrograde today, which means it's time to get your ducks in a row. How much stock do you put into your job? As Pluto stations retrograde in Capricorn today, you will begin reconsidering aspects of your current professional position over the next few months. Slowly but surely, Pluto retrograde will turn your current job inside out. You may find yourself taking back your power by applying for other jobs or redoing your workspace. Whatever it may be, use this energy to positively transform your work life. Since Mercury enters Virgo today, you may feel especially curious as you explore your professional aspirations. You may be worried about your personal relationships. Likely, your concern is appropriate. There may be someone in your life who is not being completely honest with you. First you will be hurt, then you are likely to be angry. If information is being withheld that directly affects you, then confront the person directly. You have a right to know. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration, be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. A meeting with a special person will be a jolt, but a good jolt. Someone you meet or reconnect with today will change your mind about something you used to be sure about. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. It may be difficult for you to fit in with the current trends of the day. The energy is light and airy, while you are feeling the need to get more deep and penetrating. Take a break from your usual intensity and try to keep things light and airy. Stay on the surface and be social. By integrating with the general mood of the day, you might become more balanced and well-rounded in general. This week starts off with a 8-day, and with this you can expect to have family on your mind. The essence of this day is the home and those most cherished in it. If you must put some time in at work today, consider making some arrangements to get together with a loved one for lunch, if possible, or make plans for this evening. Try a quick phone call to help pass the day and regain your focus on the tasks at hand. Our eyes in the sky. As Mars continues its journey through the signs, your eye for detail is sharp. However, try not to get overly fixated on small imperfections. This energy is asking us to take a step back from our projects and look at things from a wider point of view. There is the potential to catch mistakes and learn from them today, but only if we choose to step outside of what we already know. Try not to be too rigid in your analytical thinking. Let creativity flow while still striving for excellence. This will be especially important as we move through the upcoming weeks and into the retrograde that begins at the end of October. This unpleasant aspect can make it difficult for you to praise your own work. Being overly critical of yourself is a very real possibility when this energy is present, so cut yourself some slack and take a time out if you begin to feel self-doubt. Luckily, this energy begins to abate in favor of more helpful aspects in the cosmos. A sense of clarity is likely to rush over you, and you'll begin to see new ways to harness your own power and create structures designed to help you succeed. If someone does permit us to assist them, we will make sure they don't forget it. Reminders of how giving and generous we are subtly imply that we are owed a debt of gratitude, which inevitably breeds resentment, making the other party wish they hadn't asked in the first place. We should monitor our actions closely today. Self-reflection is the only way to determine whether we are out of line or overstepping another's boundaries. After midnight, Mars enters Gemini, having spent over 6 weeks transiting Taurus. While Mars was in the sign of the Bull, pursuing our goals was a matter of persistence. We were content to dig in our heels, refusing to let go of causes that were worth the wait. Yet now that Mars dips its boot into the sign of the Twins, we are decidedly less focused and more non-committal. There are pros and cons to any planet-sign combination. Mars in Gemini is adept at strategy, able to visualize clever solutions and plans of attack. Passion and wit fuse seductively in this terrain. We aren't as shy to chase our conquests, because we aren't considering long-term repercussions so much as immediate gratification. By the same token, immediate embarrassments due to miscalculations also more easily roll off our backs. However, Mars in Gemini can also weaponize information and speech. While we might intend to avoid a war of brute force and physical aggression, a thoughtless word can still land a devastating blow. From now until March 25th, we should be cautious of how we leverage language against others. We might regret hitting our chosen target after the fact. In the pre-dawn hours, the Gemini moon sextiles Venus in Leo, helping us to share what is on our minds. This is a celebratory influence that favors social gatherings and entertainment. However, many of us will still be asleep at this hour, and so this aspect may manifest in relaxing dreams. It would be wise to record any recollections immediately upon waking, as our reverie may not linger long after we've opened our eyes. Regardless, we'll bring our positive attitude with us into our morning. Our mood guarantees that events will flow in our favor.